Before this video starts, I just want to give a massive shout out to all my channel members. If you want to receive a shout out, then become a channel member today and you'll be shown on screen like all these other channel members here. Anyways, enjoy the video. In version 14.3, we got a whole new collab, this being with Baki Hanma, son of Ogre, and along with it comes brand new collab units. One of these units added is Kaoru Hanayama, known as the strongest Yakuza in all of Japan. But how does his strength translate into the world of the Battle Cats? This video will discuss Hanayama's stats and abilities and his overall performance on the battlefield. While his stats will mostly be discussed at level 30, the footage shown in this video is of a level 50 Hanayama. Hanayama is an anti-Aku unit in which he has both massive damage and resistance against them. Hanayama also has guaranteed shield piercing and a wide range of immunities. These immunities range from knockback, freeze, slow, weaken, warp, curse, and toxic immunities. He also has a rather long cooldown of 147 seconds, or 2 minutes and 27 seconds. First, to delve into Hanayama's stats. Hanayama sports an extremely massive health pool of 144,500 and deals an eye-watering 136,000 damage with 9.3k DPS. This is just for his base stats, so when throwing onto his Aku targeting, these climb to an extraordinary 578,000 effective health and 408,000 damage against Akus with 28,000 DPS. Keep in mind that these are just his level 30 stats. Compared to Talented Heavy Jack, they only have 408,000 effective health against Aku, and Talented Immortal Amakusa, who only deals 179,000 damage to Aku if all 3 of his hits connect. Also, unlike Amakusa, Hanayama has shield piercing, and when discussing Aku enemies, this is very important. Most Aku enemies rely on their shield for longevity, so having a unit that could just bypass this health barrier and nuke them in an instant is extremely strong. For example, he is capable of one-shotting 300% Fallen Bear, Midnight D, and even 450% Aku Gori. Keep in mind, again, that this is just at level 30. Level 50, his effective stats go up to 918,000 health and his damage climbs to a mind-boggling 648,000 damage with 71,000 DPS. This damage is enough to two-shot Rangmaster, Empress, and Sathan Common, making him an extremely potent attacker. His immunities can also be very useful when going up against some Aku enemies such as Possessed Empress, Sathan Common, and Wicked Face alongside the Feliverin, as all of these enemies have crowd control effects that can make it hard to reach them sometimes. His curse immunity is also useful for mixed stages that feature relics or the relic doge base, or even for the likes of Heinous Road against Malevolent Dark. His toxic immunity is mainly meant to help with High Priest Mammon and to cushion damage from the likes of Gobble and Dark Joe. However, with this much strength, there must be some sort of drawback, and the answer to this consists of 3 parts. First and most obvious is his very long force swing of almost 4 seconds. This means that his windup makes it so he won't be nuking everything instantly, so if an enemy is knocked back away enough from him, then his devastating punch will miss. Speaking of range, he has a rather middling range of only 350 and no form of piercing. Lilin, another very powerful anti-Aku, shares the same range, but has about half of Hanayama's force swing. This means he can very easily miss in situations where the clashing moves often. Last is his real lack of reposition ability. Seeing as Hanayama has a single natural knockback and his immunity to both knockback and warp, this means that once Hanayama moves up, he will not be falling back. In situations where you're being heavily pushed, it is very difficult for Hanayama to get himself together in mixed stages. All 3 of these together are some pretty major downsides, but compared to the mind-shattering power he has against Aku, I would say it's well worth the trade-off. Looking at his base stats, you might be thinking of using him as a generalist. His generalist performance I wouldn't say is the best, mostly due to all of the downsides mentioned earlier. While his base health and damage are a lot higher than most other Ubers, his lack of reposition ability leaves him very vulnerable to any significant push. It can work, but his downsides can really make it hard to fully use him as a proper generalist. While his cooldown may not be the biggest issue for Aku heavy stages, as his sheer stats make it so he lasts for a very long time, on top of him just nuking them all, he still has a rather long cooldown of 2.5 minutes. This means that once he does get attacked, he is very much likely to not last too long after. So, how good is Hanayama? Short answer, absurdly good for Aku. His sheer damage output and tanking abilities makes him one of the best Ubers for this trait. Whereas Saito, another amazing collab anti-Aku Uber, uses his rushing power to kill most Aku, Hanayama just delivers a one-punch attack to kill most Aku, if not absolutely chunk them. While his total lack of reposition ability and law and force swing can make him feel pretty clunky at times to use, these downsides are still nothing compared to being a nuclear warhead against Aku enemies. If you pull him and you're in the early game, then congratulations, Akus will almost never be an issue, but his stats are still amazing even in the very end game. With all that said, I want to thank you for watching this analysis of Hanayama. If you thought this insight was interesting, then be sure to give it a like and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy Battle Cats content, and comment down below your thoughts on Hanayama. I'd love to hear what you all think of them. Also, shout out to the following channel members: Dr. Deadly, Potato King, Gross Cat the Best, Fairly Grover, Ian Dean, and Uberless for being silver members or higher. If you want to receive a shout out like these channel members here, then become a silver member or higher today. Becoming a channel member supports what I do in a way that helps keep the lights on, and channel members receive an exclusive role on my Discord server, for which you can find a link to in the description down below. Anyways, I hope you have a wonderful day.